Hey guys, well as you can see, I'm at a racetrack, I'm in the pit lane, the sun is shining. Where am I? I'm in Estoril, half an hour outside of Lisbon, with this, the beautiful, the one and only McLaren Senna. Now this is all about function over form, the ultimate track car for the road. But look at it, I mean it is unapologetically fierce, absolutely brutal, and we are talking 789 brake horsepower, 800 kilos of downforce, and 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. Yup, that's what we're going to be driving. Okay, so we are currently in a, I don't know what vehicle we're in, but we are heading to Estoril to the racetrack, and it's pretty technical, but I'm with two experts here.
Hello, hi.
You've never driven this track?
Never been here before. I've only seen a bird's eye view of the track. Kind of feels like Catalonia from above.
Okay.
Not sure how that's going to translate in a car though.
How well do you know Catalonia?
Oh, fantastic on the Xbox.
Okay. Well, actually, do you know what? That's not a bad way to learn. You know, sim racing. That is how many a racing driver now become pro. Tim, you've had a little bit more experience here.
A couple of times. I've been here 3 times.
Okay.
A couple of laps, but nothing as fast as what we're driving today.
I couldn't sleep last night. I am really quite nervous, excited.
Isn't it just being nervous about the sheer power and the braking of this thing, just the car itself, because the performance is going to be so crazy. I don't know how much it matters what the track's like.
On the brake points, 20 metres further in the Senna than they are the 728.
Something like that.
I don't know, but
that's mental.
That's quite significant.
But it's not like you're coasting those 20 metres, you're still accelerating in those 20 metres and then going on the brakes.
Who's going to have the most balls on the first lap?
Oh no.
How hard are we pushing on the first lap?
Multiple sessions for a reason. We don't need to rush it.
Okay. We have just arrived. It's a terrible view, but there we go. Watch this space, here we go. So now it's time for the all-important briefing, where we get told how to behave on track and not to wrap ourselves around the nearest tree. Not sure if I should bring the camera back to the driver's changing room. Not going to see anything in here. Oh wow! Amazing! That's so cool. So I just thought I'd take a second to explain how I'm feeling right now. We're about to go out on track in the 720S just to get a feel of the circuit, get to know our surroundings, which is still the 710 brake horsepower car, as you do for the warm-up. Having watched some of the footage of the Senna being out on the track here, it's kind of a really historic time, and I'm feeling really super privileged to be about to experience it for the first time. Seriously nervous, but very excited. This could potentially be the most powerful car I will ever get to drive, particularly in this kind of surroundings. So I think this is probably going to end up being like my all-time best moment with a car ever. So I'm feeling pretty privileged. Anyway, better hurry up because I'm late. Well, I don't know where I'm going.
We're going to go and get you a helmet.
This is James. James, the poor man, is going to be sitting in the passenger seat with me for the whole day. He must be getting paid a lot of money. So we're going to get a helmet, small if possible.
Helmet yourself up. We're going to head down this way.
So this is the moment that it all boils down to. We are going to get to experience the McLaren Senna for the first time. Okay, so here we go. This is my very first experience on a track in the McLaren Senna. There has been so much discussion about this car, much more about, oops, it's quite difficult to talk and do this at the same time because there is so much power in this thing, but this car is really all about function over form. Now it is a ridiculously, I can't believe I'm even going to say this is a road legal car, but it is clearly built for the track. 700 and 89 brake horsepower, with which we're experiencing right now 800 kilos of downforce, and I'm going to go, whoa, down, 4th, 5th. I mean, I can't even count. I went from 5th to 4th. I'm going to attempt to talk through a lap, but it's kind of impossible because it requires so much concentration, because hard on the brakes, down into 3rd. Okay, and now we're coming up to the start finish straight. Take it from 4th into 5th, 229 kilometers an hour, 250. I need to look at the braking distances. Okay, I'm going to wait, hit the 200 point for braking, and look at that. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. The brakes are ridiculous. I mean, I have so much confidence driving this car. I mean, this is an incredible piece of machinery. I feel like we've finally unleashed the beast that everyone has been talking about for so long, and it is as good as McLaren promised. The only problem is, yeah, you really have to concentrate. It's a very technical track, or I'm finding it very technical anyway. But thankfully, I have James sitting next to me, and if it wasn't for James, well, I'd probably be all over the shop. You can just brake so late, and the grip into the corners is just outstanding. I mean, this is an incredible weapon. It's also a real privilege to actually just be driving at Estoril. You know, this is a place where Ayrton Senna won his first race with Lotus, and I think managed to lap nearly every single car except for Alboreto. So I think having this car sit in the Ultimate Series alongside the F1, the P1 is a very fitting place. It certainly deserves its spot, that is for sure. And I think it is safe to say that this is the best moment I've ever had behind the wheel, ever. And probably ever will be. Woo! So we survived.
Just.
Speechless, this doesn't happen very often. I mean, wow. It is basically everything they said it was, and more. I mean, the braking is insane.
Yeah.
You have so much control. I mean, we were going, okay, bear in mind this is our first run, so down the start-finish straight we were hitting
Just under 280k.
just under 280. I mean, we still had maybe like 10 meters
Yeah,
to go before we, you know.
You can brake after the 200.
Yeah, okay. That is the challenge.
That's the challenge. That's the
Braking
aim for
after the
next
200 forward. Right, I think I need to go and digest and come back. How good was that?
That's the best thing I've ever driven in my entire life. I don't even know what to say.
I feel like we may have peaked too soon. Like,
That's
where
the
are we
biggest
gonna go
problem
from
with
here?
today. I'm so excited, so impressed with the brakes and the car, and so terrified that this is the best day of my life and it just all goes downhill.
I couldn't agree with you more. Okay, this is, are we going on record? Period, this is the best day of our lives. Oh, other than my wedding day, sorry.
See, I haven't gotten married
Other than
yet,
my
but-
wedding day, yeah.
I mean, I've watched Chris Harris go to the P1 launch and think, what would it be like to be able to get behind the wheel of one of those cars and lap it around the track? And here we are today, doing that, and I don't want to leave.
Turning those dreams
I don't
into
want to
reality.
leave.
But we have to thank McLaren for giving us this opportunity, because without the, oh, there we are, Shmee doing his thing.
He's just being about.
Without the guys at McLaren, actually, it would still be a dream. Hopefully we can watch this back one day. So everyone is getting ready to go back out on track for the final time. And, Bruno Senna, the nephew of Ayrton. What do you reckon your uncle would have thought?
I think he would have been very proud. It's awesome. Very focused, just like he was, and super fast, just like he was. So I think there's not much to not like.
How many miles have you done on this car?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. No.
That's probably what everyone says. It leaves you wanting more.
It does. I mean, I've done probably a few hundred kilometers, so I need to do a few thousand, you know, before I can say that I'm satisfied. So it's, Nikki, let's forget about everything else.
Should we jump in?
Yeah.
Come on then. Why not? So here we are in, well, which will be your new home soon. Beginning of next year.
I'll get one, yeah. You coming to drive mine again?
Yes!
Are you?
So about a year ago, Bruno very kindly let me drive his LT around the streets of Monaco. So I think we need to add this.
It was a bit scary too.
So how did it all come about? Because you kind of, well, didn't you sort of initiate the idea?
Well, yeah, I've been with McLaren for a few years now. I was kindly invited into the design studio where they were coming up with the cars, and this was there. And we've been, as a family, trying to find a way and the right partner, the right car, the right opportunity to make a car with the Senna name for a long time. It was Ayrton's dream. When I saw this, I was like, this might be it. So I spoke to the marketing guys, I spoke to my family. Everybody started to speak together, and here it is. And now it's glory.
And how involved have you been in the actual development of the car?
I did quite a few days, especially on the mill phase, when the car didn't look like this, where it looked a bit like the prototypes. And then when the car finally came to be as it is, it's been really busy times for me. So I didn't quite manage to do as many laps as I wanted to. But yeah, I've done a bit of character tuning on the car, and you know, you do a bit of work. But
and how, in your words, would you describe driving the McLaren Senna?
It's easy to say that this is the closest thing you can get to a race car that's road legal. It really is. It's an aero car, really proper aero car, and it's got loads of power, loads of grip, loads of assistance. It's a really fun car to drive, but it's just outstanding. It's just, you need to readjust your brain to know, to really explore the limits of the car.
Wow, what an incredible day it's been. I mean, all in all, this thing is, well, it's the ultimate road/race car, but it is the ultimate beast, and I feel like we unleashed some of that today. I can't believe that Tim, Shmee, and both him and Bruno Senna are going to be the proud owners of one of these early next year. Very, very lucky boys, and 498 other people will also be taking delivery of their car next year, and all I can say, whoever you are going to have a lot of fun. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's been a while since I did a little vlog, but I thought this was too good an opportunity to miss. Hope you've enjoyed it, and it would be really, really good to know the kind of stuff that you want to see. So maybe if you could leave it in the comments below what it is you want to see. Is it more track days, more driving, maybe other stuff, maybe more travel vlogs, or just your traditional car review going fast and screaming? Do let me know. But thanks again for joining. Hope you've loved it. I am now going to have a very strong drink, although I don't drink and drive, but I am absolutely exhausted. Thank you so much to McLaren, and see you soon. Bye. Oh, and don't forget, subscribe below.